Hey, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Happs Broadcast of the Week show. Peter, how are you doing?
Pretty good, man. TGIF. Yeah, great to see everyone here. Miriam, first in. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing well, whatever time of day it is, or night, I should say. Thanks for joining us. Harry, good to see you. Helen, good to see you here. Takara, welcome. Hello from Columbus, she said.
Hey, Helen, how's it going? Carrie, how's it going?
Wonderful to see you both here. Happy Friday, everyone. Well, unless it's Saturday, but you know what I mean. Hope
Happy weekend.
everyone's in a weekend mood.
Yeah. Hey, Gemma,
Hey,
Marley,
what's up,
off.
Gemma?
Hey, not the couch. Off. Thank you.
Hey, Johnny, Rick, Lindsay, Steven. Good to see you all. How are you doing today?
Oh, this
Jackie, how's it going?
badges, how's it going? Anne, how's it going? Hey, Asha, thanks for the compliment.
Mel in the house. Good to see you, Mel from Sydney. Awesome. Yeah,
Alrighty.
cool, cool.
So, we had an awesome week. It was hard to actually pick all the broadcasts of the week, so we have a long list this week.
It
I think
was overflowing. Yeah, appreciate all
yeah,
the nominations we got too, guys.
I'm pretty sure this is the longest list we've had ever. So yeah, Marley does know when I'm distracted. Alrighty, so why don't we get into this? So we're starting off. I put these in order by alphabet, so they may seem completely out of order, but we're getting a little serious here. The very first broadcast that we're going to is from 564 Fire, and they were out covering a structure fire, and it seems like it was someone's home. And out in the Redlands area, you can see there the title Redlands structure fire. So it's a really great broadcast. I strongly recommend checking it out. 564 Fire gives a lot of great commentary and really gets in there in the action most of the time when they're live. So strongly recommend that. Also, kind of a side note, there was an not amazing, a very scary fire that happened in Ontario, California, that led to an explosion because the house was carrying so many fireworks. This was unfortunate circumstances, but I'm sure you all maybe have seen in the news the video that happened. So I'd strongly recommend checking that out.
Yeah, 564 Fire has some amazing on-scene reporting. Yeah, Firefighting Insider, highly recommend subscribing to 564. Just tagged in the comments here, but subscribe to everyone that we mentioned today and everyone in the comments. That is how you will get notified, and that's how we build the community. So that's a very, a heavy one to start off with. House fire there, but really amazing use of the Happs platform to capture those stories too.
Yeah. Bernie, just a heads up, you tagged the wrong Pablo unless you meant to tag Pablo Hernandez. Like I said, remember
also a great Pablo, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just at Pablo for mine. And also shout out to Sherry who's watching over from YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Awesome. Next up, we have a new user to Happs that just joined, I think, this week, and that is Ace, and featuring her broadcast here for Broadcast of the Week, where she did a AMA about the Middle East, Islam and Muslims, and she did an amazing broadcast talking about some of the culture and some of the historical references, and then also has been broadcasting some amazing stuff lately too. So I think it was yesterday she did a recap of the Mark Zuckerberg conversation that was happening on Clubhouse, which is also a really great broadcast to check out. So I strongly recommend checking out Ace. She does amazing broadcasts.
Absolutely. She came into the 5-minute news show that we were piloting a couple days ago. It had some really interesting headlines about Kuwait politics, things that you never hear anywhere else. So highly recommend subscribing to Ace. Hey, Takara, thanks so much for posting her profile in the comments. That's awesome. You're ahead of us. Really appreciate the help. We do. We're trying to multitask.
Has an Ace name too. Yeah, she does.
It's very nice.
Next up on some somewhat similar paths and going back into the journalism world here, we have Almond Lee, who we featured before, but is one of the originals, original broadcasters with Happs. Not only within like the Happs world, in the sense of like broadcasting on this app, but also goes way back to even hosting her own broadcast under old paradigm Happs. When we used to be more of like a news network and broadcasting out to Periscope. Almond used to be a reporter in Hong Kong for us then, and was also a host for a lot of broadcasts during those times. So I strongly recommend that checking out Almond. She's been doing a great job covering the latest issues with Hong Kong and what's been going on there. And Takara, you are amazing. Thank you so much for dropping those links. Kim, how's it going? Good seeing you. Foamy from the hood next to Pablo.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not far from each other, are we? Hey, Eric, good seeing you. Happy Friday.
Lizzie Bear in the house. Hey, great to see
Awesome.
more musicians.
Alrighty. Next up in this broadcast of the week, and sorry, I think I do kind of have to do this a little quickly because I'm looking at this list and thinking, oh boy. Who do we have next? Bobby. We got treated to a outside Bobby broadcast today. She was out in Kingston today, taking a walk and enjoying some amazing artwork on the walls, which is actually really cool. She was showing us around, and just a really good, relaxing broadcast from Bobby. And then I think she might still be live right now. Oh no, she's ended that broadcast. She was doing her art show where she had a guest on. So yeah, I strongly recommend checking out Bobby for anything related to art. She does a great job of explaining it and having really good conversations around monetizing your art. Hey, 564 Fire, we just featured your latest broadcast here on Broadcast of the Week. Here it is.
Congrats. Yeah, amazing.
Thanks for joining.
This was, some really outstanding work. Thank you for using Happs platform to, tell these important stories. Obviously, tragic. Feel free to give some context to that as well, and provide some updates if you have them in the comments.
Yeah, awesome. Alrighty, next up, our first and I think only sunset broadcast this week. Uh-oh, dun dun dun, what happened? But that's coming from Caroline, who had this amazing sunset, and I think lake reflection might be the ocean, but I'm a sucker for water reflections, and this sunset right over the horizon was perfect. And the fact that you can see not only the sun in the reflection, but those clouds, well done. This is an amazing broadcast, very relaxing. So I strongly recommend checking out Caroline. She does amazing sunrises and sunset broadcasts.
Totally. Helen says, what, only one sunset broadcast in the broadcast of the week? I know. We have tipped our hand. We are suckers for sunsets. But yes, there's a lot more going on this week on this broadcast. So let's move on. We got a lot to cover.
Yeah. Next up, we had Chantal giving us a tour of Paris and then catching a skater trying to land this cool trick here. Spoiler alert, he didn't land it on this attempt here that I screen grabbed, but I don't know if he actually went on to land it later on. So if anyone has the time to go and watch this whole broadcast for when he's trying to land that, please feel free to do so. It requires a lot of patience because he had a few attempts where he just ran up against going to the jump and then bailed. So if anyone knows the skating world, you know that a lot of times it takes a lot of time to work up the courage to actually start broadcasting. Kim is on an Android, Peter. She's been having issues pretty much all day today.
Oh, man,
we'll chat about that here soon, yep. Kim. Sorry that you're experiencing that. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Next up, we have some snow, and this comes from Chris, who was documenting the huge snowstorm in Denver, Colorado, which, I can't remember how many inches of snow it was, but it was a lot. And so this broadcast was from the next morning, and I personally really enjoyed this because I love seeing, powdery-esque snow on things and his like outdoor furniture. So this was really awesome. Samsung S10, wow, that's not good. So, but not only did Chris have this awesome broadcast in the morning, he also documented and did a really good job broadcasting the night before and giving us an update as the snowstorm was hitting. So yeah, Lizzie says 16. Wow, that is a lot of snow. So yeah, definitely check out Chris's broadcast this week. They were very informative and really cool to follow how much snow was falling.
Yeah, totally. Boy, it definitely came down on that side of the mountains. I'm over here now in western Colorado near Grand Junction. I've relocated. Thankfully, we just missed that storm, but cool to see people sharing some of the weather stories in their backyard. I heard roughly between 50 and 60,000 people were out of electricity there for a short period. Thankfully, everything's okay there, and they're used to that sort of snow, unlike some parts of the U.S.
Yeah, that's great. That's good to hear. Well, not good to hear that they were out of power, but good to hear that they're used to it. Next, we have a broadcast from Claire, also in, I think, Paris. And this was a really cool river broadcast, kind of like a people watching broadcast, which I can definitely appreciate. It's a fun time to just kind of sit, relax, and let everything unfold in front of you. So strongly recommend watching Claire's broadcast this week. Really quick stream by the river, but ended up being not so quick, at least by my standards. It's like a 29-minute long broadcast. Really fun to watch and see all the hustle and bustle and everything moving around in Paris.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely worth watching the replay. And yeah, it was some really nice soft light there too. We're a sucker for the soft light. Us journalists in particular, the visual ones and documentary side, we love the golden hour. If you haven't figured that out yet, that's where our head's at on some of these here. So yeah, Claire's an amazing broadcaster. Absolutely. Is this alphabetical? Asked Kim. I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
It is? Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up. All right, you're ahead of me, Kim. Not the first time.
Yeah. So next up, we have an amazing broadcast by Donna, our yoga master here on Happs, doing an amazing broadcast. There's two amazing views here. Donna showing you the yoga, and then there's also a beautiful sunset happening that she's documenting while she's doing her practice. So I strongly recommend checking out Donna, not only live, but on replay, because it's actually very meditative, and I personally really appreciate watching these. So it's not a sunset broadcast, but it is a sunset broadcast. Yeah, Peter, I said it was alphabetical, like right at the start of the broadcast, sir. You're muted, by the way.
Struggles, guys, struggles. It is Friday, certainly. I needed to have a second cup of coffee before this one. But yes, you all are ahead of me as usual.
Yeah, so that's some good information, Josh. Paris is getting back into lockdown, so I'll be interested to see what Claire will do. Yeah, both Claire and Chantal are both in Paris. And also, another broadcast coming here soon is another broadcaster in Paris. Paris got some love this week. Next up, we have the one and only Foamy Homie with this Foaminess Saturday broadcast. So, Foamy, if you're still here, I expect to see you, because I saw you say hello. I don't want you to just say hi and dip. So here you go. We're featuring you now. He had an awesome broadcast. It was a lot of fun to watch on Saturday. Really funny. Hey, there he is.
In the house, of course.
Well deserved.
Nice job. Shout out to Foamy Homie here. Thanks, Cara, for tagging all of the broadcasters of the week. This is awesome. Super helpful. It's about time to get noticed, says Foamy. Foamy, you're the man. Hilarious.
You get every time you go live. I don't know what you're talking about. You mean recognition, maybe?
Bucket list complete, says Foamy.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. I think we have another bucket list item for you on April 1st.
I also don't know what that is. Maybe it's a coffee thing too. Am I supposed to know what that is?
No, you don't. You're not supposed to know
Okay.
what that is. I don't think even Foamy knows what that means.
Okay.
Um,
So much mystery.
so next up, Peter, you actually made it to Broadcast of the Week this week.
What?
Not as a host, but as a guest.
I'm still honored. Hey, I'm still honored.
Yeah, so you were a guest on Gemma's broadcast as she was drawing you and a horse. But this had a really interesting story behind it. Do you want to quickly summarize? And I mean quickly here.
Yeah, totally. I'm not good at condensing stories, but yeah, Gemma reached out kindly and asked if she could sketch this photo from my Instagram. This is from when I was in Mongolia as a journalist along on an expedition with a team of archaeologists, and she did an incredible job. Just an amazing artist. I'm always just blown away by her attention to detail there. With that, incredible work on the mane and all of that. Here, I'm sharing the link actually to this story that I reported. You can check it out for Bloomberg. It's talking about artifacts melting out of glaciers, and we had to get there on horseback because it was so remote. So anyway, my previous life sneaking into Happs here. Feel free to check it out. But Gemma, major props. Thank you. I'm honored that you chose to sketch me. You've done some really amazing work on so many other broadcasts too. And you were on, I guess, 3 or 4, super active this week, Gemma. Love to see that.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see this finished drawing because I've seen some of the amazing work that Gemma has made. And
Totally.
I think she has a scheduled broadcast for later today where she is going to be finishing this. So I'm really excited about that and seeing that later.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm going to try to pop on and tell the long version of the story for anyone interested.
Awesome. Alrighty, next up we have a little bit more of a talk show mixed with a little bit of music, and this comes from the lovely Helen, who had an amazing interview with Rusty. Forgot the last name. Whoopsies. Peter, help me out here. Assist me.
Sounds like you're the Rusty one now, my friend.
Oh boy, that's not fair.
No, Rusty is a legend in the music scene. So
I'm gonna read Helen's St. Patrick's Day post. Last week I had quite a lengthy chat with Rusty Agan for the release of Blitzed, the Sky Arts documentary and soundtrack. During the conversation, he told the story of his U2 track, It's St. Patrick's Day, this by Ireland's Finest, might get a play on this week's mixtape. So there you go. That was Helen's broadcast of the week. Sorry for butchering that. Thank you so much for throwing that in the comments. Congratulations. This was an awesome broadcast and a really informative interview that you had there.
Yeah, major shout out for landing a big guest too on your interview show, Helen. Everyone subscribe to Helen. Got some amazing content, and also perhaps the record for the longest broadcast. Is that true? She's definitely setting the bar high for some of her shows. That's for sure.
Alrighty, awesome. So next up we have Irina, who did yoga with a stunning view in the background. Yeah, I was blown away. I was very distracted by the background this whole time. I couldn't pay attention to the yoga moves that were happening. But really, really cool. Gave me Lord of the Rings type vibes here. So I strongly recommend checking this out and also following along with some of the yoga that's going on because I surely didn't. I was very distracted.
Yeah. Also looks about golden hour, if I do say. Not exactly sure there, but nice soft light. Yeah, Irina has some amazing broadcasts. So talented, does it all really on the piano. Of course, an incredibly accomplished pianist as well as visual artist. So major props to Irina. Really cool to see some of the outdoor scenery and something new from your corner of the world. Major shout out.
Rizzy Bear, let us know when that happened. We'd love to share that out and have more people join that conversation. That sounds really fun.
Love that.
Next up, Peter, please help me with the pronunciation here. We have an artist from Japan. I think it's Kohi.
I don't know why you're asking me as the authority here on pronunciation of Japanese names. I apologize. Yeah, Kohei.
Kohei? Yeah,
I'm really
maybe.
sorry.
Sorry, I'm
Any
very,
experts in the house here? We apologize sincerely, but I love this broadcast. I actually forwarded this on and nominated it because of the just incredible amount of skill and visual going on here. A series of broadcasts this week, actually, and just want to welcome that broadcaster to the community here. Everyone, please do subscribe. Some really fun ones from the workshop, from the artist studio itself there, and really worth it.
And personally, Kohei. Thank you, Daniel. I hope that's correct.
Daniel,
but
thank
yeah.
you so much. Yeah, Kohei.
Also,
that sounded right to me, but we need to get some other hosts on here and have a little bit of a mix-up sometime. It'd be fun to have some guest hosts occasionally for this who can maybe pronounce some of these names, huh? Just throwing out an idea.
That'd be great. Let me just... There you go. Personally, I love this type of artwork. Anything with a lot of color draws my attention and keeps my attention for a long time because there's so much to discover in this painting. So really amazing work, and I strongly recommend checking it out as it happens live. Alrighty. I'd love to host Carrie. That'd be awesome. Anyone else?
That'd be really fun. Just throwing that out as an idea there. I think it'd be fun to mix it up sometime. And kind of a cool way to have other folks in the community take a little bit more of a leadership role and get some love. Maybe we could have some podcasters a week.
Yeah.
What's that?
All right. I don't know. I would say get ready to watch.
I'm just totally spitballing.
I would consider it. Wink, wink. Nice. Oh, Foamy and Carrie together makes a great combo.
Would be amazing.
No, Helen, I actually did vote for yours. You were the first on my list, but alphabetical order. Next up, we have Leona in Paris giving us an amazing broadcast at the park.
Oh God!
I never took French. I'm sorry.
Mon que? I'm not sure, man. I also did not study French, so we need to have some international interpreters here for some of these titles and usernames pretty soon.
And what's funny is I actually went and watched Leona's broadcast again to try and get the pronunciation, practiced it, got here, completely out the window. Yeah.
All good. Just please let us see who's in our room while scoping like Periscope. Yeah, appreciate that suggestion. It's definitely on our list of potential features here that our team will get through. We have some big announcements coming up next week. Really excited related to
Thank you.
Stuff. Monsieur.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one thing to note is that more than likely, once we get there, it will be optional. So each broadcaster would decide if they want to actually be able to see the names. Next up, we got a sports broadcast here, and that comes from Mike Patton in Tennessee. He was joined by Patrick, who is a reporter for the Houston Texans. Forgettable team there. Sorry, everyone. Don't get mad at me. I hope no one's a Texans fan. But Mike has been doing an amazing broadcast, touring the NFL, starting with the AFC South, and he's actually going to be doing every single team and bringing on reporters from those teams and getting the latest updates and getting a lay of the land of what moves are being done in the offseason. And I have a feeling that his broadcasts next week are going to start getting interesting, or more interesting, I should say, because so many trades happened this week. There's a lot of movement in the NFL. No, I never learned French. I'm using my Spanish to understand your question there. But yeah, definitely check out Mike, an amazing sports reporter, does great football shows, and will be covering basketball and does the occasional baseball broadcast. So,
well, it's March Madness here now, so would be cool to see.
Yeah, Mike Grizz is doing some awesome March Madness coverage. Very off the cuff, very raw, emotional coverage. Mike Grizz is awesome for that. But he's doing it almost after every single game, which is really cool. Next up, we have our favorite crossword solver, Piano Man, who had a really awesome broadcast.
Let's be real.
Man. So this one kind of like flew under my radar for last week, and I meant to add it, so I'm adding it this week. And he actually had an interview with one of the crossword puzzle makers of the New York Times. So that was really cool, as he got a little insight into some of the thought processes that go into making these crossword puzzles. So it's definitely worth checking this one out. It was from 13 days ago, so you're gonna have to go through his profile and scroll down a little bit, but it's definitely worth checking out. I think it's actually 13 days ago. So check out Piano Man. I strongly recommend subscribing, doing the crossword puzzle with him every morning. It's a lot of fun. I get a thrill out of it whenever I'm on there, and throwing words out there.
It's a team effort too. You can feel like you're part of the adventure, and it's kind of for those of us who have a little ADD like me, for example, it goes really fast. I never have the patience to do a whole one by myself, but feels like we accomplished something just by watching and being part of it. So shout out to Piano Man. Obviously also plays the piano quite well, and I love some of his ASMR style broadcasts there, as well as his show with the one and only Blaine, the Beardo and Weirdo Show. So check those guys out if you haven't. See a lot of new users here today in the comments. Welcome. So great to see you here. Thanks for joining us. Katsumi, wonderful to have you here. Thank you. Others as well. Sarah, it's actually not a software you need to download. Go to Google Chrome on your desktop, and we can actually put a tutorial link here for you, Sarah, to learn a little bit more about how to use the studio. It's essentially a streamlined version of OBS. Lots of cool tools there. Great to see you here as well, Sarah. Thanks for joining.
Well, yeah, Foamy, it's never too late to start a morning tic-tac-toe segment. I'll definitely join that. You got your mom to join Happs yesterday. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, as Peter was mentioning, Happs.tv, hit go live, create new broadcast, and then boom, you're in the broadcast studio. So it's not an app that you need to download onto your computer. Just make sure that you're using Google Chrome, as we're still in beta, and that's the browser that works. Alrighty, so moving on up to the next broadcast, we have Rosalia, who was in Rome, and this is one of her series of Rome broadcasts. She's going to be doing a couple, it seems. She just finished one today. So I strongly recommend checking her out. The broadcast today was very interesting because it was really, really cool to see Rome in the way it is now, because according to her, it's very quiet and silent compared to how it would normally be around this time of the year. So yeah, I strongly recommend checking that out and following and subscribing to Rosalia, as she will be in Rome for, I think, the next couple of days, and showing you all beautiful sights in historic Rome.
Totally. Yeah, love that one. Amazing architecture, just really kind of stunning how few people there were out. Obviously, there's still COVID and quarantine measures there, but felt like we're getting a private VIP tour of the entire grounds because there were so few other people out there, and we're getting lots of great explanations, and really just walked through the entire area. It was super fun. So do subscribe to Rosella, just amazing broadcaster here on Happs. Great to have her here in our community.
Yeah, we're coming close to the end of our list here, but the fun is not over. So next up, we had an awesome flight simulation broadcast from Sarah. I strongly recommend checking out Sarah's profile. She does amazing broadcast, and I was baffled by this. I didn't realize how complex and detailed and how difficult it is to even use a flight simulator. Well, I guess they don't call it a simulator for no reason, but I strongly recommend checking this out. I know for a fact that you will learn a lot from watching her broadcast. I'll drop the link here in just a second. Give me one moment for this specific broadcast, as it was a good one. I will find it. What's up, Marley? You hungry? Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Nope, that's it.
I love the flight simulator.
I just want to make sure I give you all the link to the right broadcast. Oh no, I'm not going to find it. I'm sorry. I'll have to look for it later and maybe drop it down below. But you can also check out Sarah's profile, as Takara has posted in the comments, and then I'm pretty sure it's the latest broadcast that she has on her profile. I love those broadcasts. Can someone post her deets? Yeah, Foamy. Takara has gone ahead and posted her profile there, so check that out. Please tell me where I can find this broadcast studio. Again, Happs.tv, hit go live, create new broadcast, and that'll take you towards the process to enter the studio. Also, you can go to YouTube and search Happs, and you will find a tutorial there on the broadcast studio. Alrighty, next up we have Simon from Norway, who did a really cool broadcast introducing himself and introducing what he broadcasts to the audience here on Happs, kind of like an introduction to everyone. So really, really, really cool to see Norway in the house on Happs. And then we had a snake broadcast. So Lorenzo is doing the Snake's Lair on Happs, and I think he now has 2 episodes. I think he just wrapped up another broadcast earlier today, which was really cool and really interesting and informative. So I strongly recommend checking him out. But yeah, be ready to learn and be intrigued by the amazing facts and information. I think this is a friend of Issa's in the science world, so definitely worth checking them out. And you'll
learn a lot.
Yeah, I think you all will really enjoy learning about snakes. And last but not least, we want to give a special shout out to Alexis for her amazing work in organizing the awesome soup broadcast last Saturday. I'm sure you all probably saw a soup broadcast of some sort from someone at some point throughout the day. And we just want to give Alexis a huge shout out for organizing that and spending so much of her time to allow people to have some fun and prep some soups for everyone in the Happs community. She was joined by a few broadcasters throughout the day, which all hosted their own soup day broadcast. So we had Anne doing it, Aiden, Melanie,
Great.
Joy, Chris, Alexis, of course.
Speaking of Piano Man, here in the comments as well.
Yeah, Derby,
Alexis,
the list goes
Beautiful.
on. So amazing job, Alexis. Yay, you're here. Yeah, huge shout out to you. And
community organizer here, and we love these ideas. Encourage everyone to think about similar themes. What I love about Soup Day is that it's pretty universal in many ways, right? Everyone in every culture has some soups, I would imagine. Someone will prove me wrong here in the comments probably, but I love soup. It looks like a lot of other people did too, and I hear that there might be another similar event next month that Alexis will be organizing. Alexis, feel free to let us know what that one will be. Oh, and you already beat me to it. Right here. Saturday, April 10th for desserts. Ooh, that one will be fun.
Oh, man. I'm going to be so hungry that whole day. Thank you for organizing another one, Alexis. That's really awesome. So I'm really excited to see all of the lovely desserts that we'll be treated to from everyone on Happs. And also shout out to Yuke, who's been doing bake sales, and apparently, and judging from the looks of it, her cookies are delicious. So
Yeah, speaking of desserts.
There's been some raving reviews of her cookies, so definitely worth checking that out as well. She does them live. Dessert was my favorite. Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, my favorite meal of the day. Anyway, before I get distracted and then go grab cookies while I'm still live, that concludes our list for Broadcast of the Week this week. So thank you all so much for joining. We actually went over 30 minutes, which is rare for Broadcast of the Week. But as we mentioned, there was such an awesome list of broadcasts that we didn't really want to exclude anyone, and we wanted to welcome all the new broadcasters that had really great broadcasts. So yeah, I wanted to introduce everyone to that. Ace, thank you for joining. You were featured earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but with that being said, I hope everyone has a lovely weekend. We'll be back on Monday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time to go over the latest updates and have a Q&A. And we should have some exciting news middle to end of next week. So we're really excited for that as we come to the end of March really soon here. It's fast approaching, so we're well aware.
Hard to believe it. Yeah. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and joined. Yes, congrats to all the broadcasters. Really great to see so many people doing some amazing work at so many different types of content, genres, specialties, all part of this community. We appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you over the weekend here on Happs in the comments. We'll also allow for a quick minute. If there are any last minute nominations or shout outs in the comments that people want to give, please do, give some love to fellow broadcasters, tag them here or link to their profile. And also, one thing we really, really appreciated last week was people sent in a lot of nominations. So please continue doing that. We will drop our emails here, and feel free to, send us suggestions. And I think, we are more than happy to put them up. It was really, really fun to have such a great, plethora of options here.
We have to do it, Peter. We keep getting this comment from Hopomi Homie. So, all right, let's pass the Happs. Who's live right now? Who do you all want to go watch after this broadcast? And who's going live next?
Who's going live?
Is anyone planning to go live right now in the next couple minutes or right now as we speak? Let us know, and we'll go join you all. Let us know what you'll be broadcasting about.
Absolutely. Yeah, Randy for feeding the camels yesterday. That was super fun. That was also on the short list. Maybe got not quite in time, but highly recommend checking it out. Randy is crushing it. Also, just want to remind everyone that there is the referral challenge ongoing. I believe Randy is near the top, if not at the top of that.
He's very much so at the top of that.
That's awesome. So, just a reminder.
Gemma's going live, and she's going to be finishing Peter's drawing. So let's go check out that broadcast once this is over.
Awesome. Hey, good to see Chris Rossetti here in the comments as well. Hey, we like it when you do broadcast too.
He says people appreciate when he doesn't broadcast, but that's not true. We appreciate when he does.
Yeah, both equally, I'll say. No, just kidding. We love you, Chris. Thanks for showing up and tuning in today. Guys, we will see you back here soon, and we're passing the Happs to Gemma. Rick, good to see you here. Shout out. Yes, Gemma will be drawing me. I am flattered. I don't know what I did to deserve that. But yes, thank you for everyone who provided some suggestions, and shout out here. Hey, Randy's in the house. Congrats to Randy at the top of the leaderboard for the referral challenge. Share those invite links, guys. Go to your profile. Make sure you share that on your other social media. You can be in the running for some Happs swag and even some cash prizes. So major kudos to all those who've been sharing those and broadcasting at, especially to Periscope, which is going under soon here. We love our scopers who've come on over to Happs in the last weeks and months, and just want to reiterate, you are welcome here. Thanks for tuning in.
Awesome. Thanks, Peter. And make sure to continue to share your invite links for that referral challenge, as I'm sure Peter was mentioning. Someone's got to catch Randy, please. Can't let him win that easily.
At least let's give him a run for his money there, huh?
End of the month, Kim. It'll end. All right, y'all. We'll see you on Monday, and actually, we'll see you soon in Gemma's broadcast here in just a second. So, Gemma, no pressure, but you better start that soon. We're waiting.
We're passing the Happs. All right. Cheers, guys. Talk soon,
Cheers,
everyone. Cheerio, for those who are waiting. Cheerio to all, and to all a good cheerio.